The new car dream has become a middle-class nightmare. Recent data shows that auto loan delinquencies have surged over 50% in the last 15 years, with average monthly payments now hitting $600. But here's the shocking part. The industry is designed to make you feel like you're winning while you're actually losing thousands of dollars. This isn't about used versus new cars. This is about understanding the hidden mechanisms that turn what should be transportation into a wealth-draining trap. From depreciation curves that work against you from day one, to loan structures that keep you underwater for years, the new car game is rigged. And the middle class is paying the price. Before we dive deep into this financial minefield, I want to know: are you enjoying this video so far? And where in the world are you watching from? Drop your location in the comments below. Let's break down the math with a real example. You purchase a new car for $35,000 with a 6-year loan at 7% APR. The moment you drive it home, the car is now worth approximately $28,000 to $31,500. You haven't even made your first payment, and you're already underwater, owing more than the car is worth. But the bleeding doesn't stop there. During the first year alone, your new car will lose 20 to 30% of its total value. By year 3, it's worth only 50–60% of what you paid. Meanwhile, your loan balance decreases much slower than the car's value drops. This creates a dangerous situation called negative equity, where you owe significantly more than you could sell the car for. Here's where it gets worse. Most dealers structure loans to maximize their profits, not your equity position. They front-load the interest payments, meaning your early payments go mostly toward interest rather than principal. So while your car is depreciating fastest in years 1 to 3, you're building equity slowest during that same period. Consider this scenario from recent Consumer Reports. A borrower in Texas financed a new Chevrolet Suburban valued at $71,148 with a 13.55% interest rate over 6 years. The depreciation trap is particularly brutal for middle-class families because they typically finance 80–100% of the vehicle's cost. Wealthy buyers who pay cash feel the depreciation too, but they're not trapped in a loan that keeps them chained to a depreciating asset. Middle-class buyers, however, often find themselves trapped. They can't sell because they owe too much. They can't trade in without rolling negative equity into a new loan. And they can't refinance because the loan-to-value ratio is terrible. Recent Federal Reserve data reveals that borrowers across all credit score ranges and income levels are increasingly falling behind on payments, with the combination of elevated prices and borrowing costs leading to longer loan terms. This increases total interest paid and raises the risk of becoming even more underwater as vehicles depreciate faster than loan balances decrease. The automotive industry has normalized 6, 7, and even 8-year car loans, terms that were once reserved for mortgages. This extended financing seems attractive because monthly payments are lower, but it's actually a trap that keeps you paying interest longer while the vehicle loses value faster than you build equity. If you're finding this information valuable and want to learn more about protecting yourself from financial traps like these, I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe to the channel. We're working hard to reach 1,000 subscribers, and your support helps us create more content to help people make smarter financial decisions. Hit that subscribe button. It really makes a difference. Let's start with the obvious add-ons. Dealer preparation fees, documentation fees, and destination charges can add $1,500 or $3,000 before you even negotiate. Then come the extended warranties, paint protection packages, fabric protection, and gap insurance that salespeople push aggressively. These products carry profit margins of 50–80% for dealerships, and many are either unnecessary or overpriced compared to alternatives. But here's what really destroys middle-class budgets: the monthly payment trap. Dealers have shifted from negotiating the car's price to negotiating the monthly payment. They'll ask, "What payment can you afford?" The moment you answer, you've lost. They'll extend the loan term, increase the interest rate, or add products to hit your number while maximizing their profit. Consider the real cost of financing. Recent data shows average monthly payments have increased approximately $130 from January 2020 to January 2023, reaching $600 per month. Over a typical 6-year loan at 7% APR on a $35,000 vehicle, you'll pay approximately $8,400 in interest alone. If you have less than perfect credit, those rates can jump to 13 and 17%, meaning you could pay $15,000, $20,000 in interest over the loan's life. Insurance is another massive hidden cost. New cars require comprehensive and collision coverage, and newer vehicles cost more to insure because they're more expensive to repair or replace. Middle-class families often see their insurance premiums increase 30–50% when upgrading from an older used car to a new one. That's an extra $1,200, $2,400 annually that rarely factors into the purchase decision. Maintenance costs also surprise new car buyers. Yes, new cars have warranties, but they also have complex technology, expensive sensors, and proprietary parts. A simple headlight replacement on a new vehicle with LED technology can cost $500, $1,500 compared to $50, $150 on older vehicles. Plus, many warranties require dealership maintenance to remain valid, forcing you into overpriced service packages. Then there's registration and taxes. Many states charge registration fees based on vehicle value, meaning your new car will cost significantly more to register annually than an older vehicle. Sales tax on a $35,000 vehicle in a state with 7% sales tax adds $2,450 to your upfront costs, money that doesn't build any equity. Perhaps the most insidious hidden cost is the opportunity cost. Financial experts recommend that transportation costs shouldn't exceed 10% of monthly income. Yet data shows many middle-class borrowers are spending 14 to 20% or more. This overextension is contributing to the 50% surge in auto loan delinquencies observed over the past 15 years, with stress particularly concentrated among middle and lower-income households. The sweet spot for value is 2 to 4-year-old certified pre-owned vehicles from reliable manufacturers. Here's why. Someone else has already absorbed that brutal 30–40% depreciation hit in years 1 to 3, but the vehicle still has 80–90% of its useful life remaining. You're essentially buying the same transportation capability at a 40% discount. Let's compare two scenarios with real numbers. The new car buyer with a 6-year loan at 6% APR pays approximately $4,600 in interest, bringing total cost to $32,600. The used car buyer with a 4-year loan at 7% APR pays approximately $2,600 in interest, bringing total cost to $20,600. That's a $12,000 difference, enough to fund an emergency fund, retirement contributions, or a child's college savings plan. But what if you take this strategy further? What if you save up and buy a reliable used vehicle with cash? This eliminates interest payments entirely and gives you negotiating power. Sellers, whether private parties or dealerships, respond differently to cash buyers. You can often negotiate 10–15% below asking price when you're not dependent on financing approval. The cash strategy also breaks the upgrade cycle. When you finance, you're trapped in a cycle of rolling negative equity from one loan to the next. When you pay cash, you own the vehicle outright. You can drive it for 10+ years without payments, then sell it and upgrade, maintaining wealth rather than destroying it. Recent consumer behavior data shows that 96% of middle-income potential buyers cite affordability and value as key benefits of buying used vehicles, with 52% having delayed purchases in the past year due to cost concerns. This massive shift indicates that more families are recognizing the new car trap, even if they haven't fully escaped it yet. Here's a practical roadmap to break free. First, stop the current cycle. If you're in a car loan now, aggressively pay it down to eliminate negative equity. Second, start saving $300, $500 monthly in a dedicated vehicle fund. Third, research reliable used vehicles from brands like Toyota, Honda, Mazda, and Subaru known for longevity. Fourth, when your fund reaches $12,000, $15,000, start shopping for a 3 to 4-year-old vehicle. Fifth, pay cash and own it outright. Will this car be as flashy as a brand new one? No. But in 5 to 10 years, you'll have built wealth, avoided financial stress, and positioned yourself to either upgrade significantly or invest those non-existent car payments into assets that actually appreciate. The new car isn't a symbol of success. It's often a symptom of financial misunderstanding. Real wealth building means buying vehicles that serve their purpose without destroying your net worth. The choice is yours. status now and stress later, or patience now and prosperity later.